question number 1 of the ITFE Fundamental Engineering Exam for the afternoon portion of the test. In this question, we are being asked, first we need to read the following description of security in an internet-based order management system and then answer sub-questions 1 through 4. The way to answer this is to, of course, read each and every part of the text that we got, but afterwards we need to focus on the crucial aspect of the text so that we will be able to answer the question. And what we need to focus on really is the diagram, because if we look at the question right at the bottom, we need to find the correct answer among the answers below that represents all of the communication routes that use HTTPS for communication when the wholesaler's PC accesses the web server. Okay? So we need to know what are the routes. If the wholesaler's PCs access the web server, the PCs there, for example, which routes would have the HTTPS? And we know that HTTPS adds security to the communication route. Okay, so we need to find where is the wholesaler's PC in the diagram, and then afterwards the web server, and then see how they connect to each other, right? Okay, so if we look at the diagram, the wholesaler's PC says that it's in this portion of the system, and from the description we learn that the wholesaler's PCs, if they want to access the server, they gotta go through the firewall and then to the internet and then to the web server, which has its own firewall, and the RPS, which says here is the reverse proxy server. Actually, I think this part about the reverse proxy server might be a little bit difficult to understand, but later on we see that it's explained here, particularly its use. It's saying that a digital certificate is configured on the RPS, and we need it primarily because the certificate converts the protocol from HTTPS to HTTP. So that means that after the data goes to the RPS, it will be converted from HTTPS to HTTP. So afterwards, it doesn't have the added security protection anymore. Okay, so if we go back to our diagram, this diagram is supposedly the configuration of the order management system. So the whole thing is the order management system, because the wholesaler PCs need to access the web server to place an order and things like that. So we got to know where in this diagram, particularly the routes, where are the routes that have the HTTPS. And since we have here the part where from the wholesalers, you got the firewall going to the internet and then going to the FW1, which is the firewall where the web servers are at, then it looks like it's this portion here, right? Because once it goes to the firewall number 2, it already has gone through the RPS, which converts the HTTPS to HTTP. So that means once it reaches the FW2, the firewall 2, it doesn't have the protection anymore, right? And therefore, only this part would have the HTTPS. Okay, so we need to choose the correct answer among the choices, and I think the choices would have the parts here, the routes. So we got the wholesaler species and FW3. Okay, FW3 we remember is the one in the portion where you got the wholesaler species, right? The firewall with the wholesaler species. And then next, from the wholesaler species, the firewall there going to the next portion, FW1, firewall 1, that again has the HTTPS protection. And then from FW1, once it goes to RPS, to convert the HTTPS to HTTP, it will lose the protection, which is why FW1 and FW2 is not included in the answers that we'll put, the routes that we'll put to say that they have the HTTPS protection. And also number 5 here, route number 5, FW and the web server, because FW1 has already gone to RPS, which converted the HTTPS to HTTP. So in the end, we only have 1, 2, and 3, these routes that have the HTTPS protection. And if you look at the answer group, that particular answer, that particular set of routes is here, letter B. That's why letter B is the correct answer.